The present status of PE, though not completely academic, is at the junction of academic and co-curricular activities.
Co-recreational programs for boys and girls give large social promise in the years ahead.
This promise may be in the form of creating social-mindedness and value consciousness in the student.
These things cannot be achieved purely by academic subjects, and it is here that PE comes to the rescue of the school and operates as a link between school objectives and social objectives.
PE works as a medium for other educational objectives as well.
For example, it develops self-sufficiency and independence in the student. It brings the physical realities to his attention and offers him the experiences of victory and failure, competition and cooperation, team playing and individual sport.
PE helps him to become increasingly capable of making his own decisions and of involving himself in original thinking, designing his own movements of action, working out his plans according to his own designs, and participating successfully for the common welfare of the team.
It develops in the student self-understanding, self-appraisal, and realistic attitudes in his perceptions, actions and opinions.
Such a student can deal with situations and problems objectively.
Character building becomes a worthy objective of the school, and PE takes a major share in shaping the character of the students.
In the present times, when materialism is overemphasized at the cost of character,
PE becomes a necessity for any school to prevent students from turning into antisocial elements, delinquents and rigid personalities.
In other words, PE can take care of the ethical conduct of the students and give them a noble orientation.
One of the factors which determines the achievement of educational objectives of co-curricular physical activities is the extent to which leadership is present in the field of physical education.
Charles Bucker and Constance R. Conning list at least 8 qualities of the leaders which are necessary to accomplish the objectives of physical education, namely
sound judgment, logical thinking, common sense and the ability to discriminate right from wrong, functional use of written and oral languages, acceptable health, pleasant personality, interest in and understanding of human beings, a sincere interest in the work, skill in many of the activities, and technical training.
Without leadership, it is difficult in any professional field to achieve the objectives or to inspire the students.
The right kind of leadership from the physical educator helps to create leaders among the students.
Why physical education?
Promotes changes in brain structure and function.
Reduces the risk of developing heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure.
Promotes lifelong physical fitness.
Enhances self-concept and self-esteem.
Helps maintain healthy bones, muscle, and joints.
Helps maintain and/or improve health by increasing cardiovascular endurance, muscular strength and endurance, flexibility, and body composition.
We envision students moving efficiently, enjoying physical activity, developing physical fitness, and pursuing wellness as a part of lifelong learning.
Kids feel great.
The goal of physical education.
The overall goal of the general education and of PE is to help individuals achieve optimum growth and development.
This implies acceptance by the public as well as by school personnel that PE is a full partner in the child's total educational program.
The role of physical activity in developing a healthy lifestyle is well accepted, and people are beginning to understand the importance of a quality PE program for youngsters.
The broad aim of education can be further defined as the development in children of the ability to achieve satisfaction as responsible, contributing citizens of society.
Physical education, through a carefully planned and functionally sound program, can make significant contributions to this overall goal.
To accomplish this goal, PE focus on and maximize the unique contributions it makes to the education of the individual,
concentrating on educational outcomes that are not likely to be achieved through other subject areas in the total school curriculum.
Educational implications of PE.
The PE that a student undergoes during his academic career is a complicated process for 3 reasons. Firstly, it requires deliberation in thought and practice.
Secondly, it is directed towards the mainstream of general educational endeavor.
Thirdly, may reflect an attitude of disciplined application.
The implications of PE are obvious, but a special reference to them clarified the point of view.
It is desirable to have balance in life, synthesis in learning experience, and purpose in action.
PE has an important role to play in this endeavor.
Then comes the need for proper explanations about the contribution that the physical element in education can provide for the all-round development of the personality at various stages.
Finally, it is also necessary to examine how PE can advantageously affect the physical, mental, social and emotional aspects of personality and assist the wholesome educative process.
The implications of PE obvious are of 3 types: educational, psychosocial, and biophilosophical.
As both general and PE deal with the student population, it becomes a prerequisite for the PE teacher to interpret the psychological,
social and physical aspects of the students in the total framework of schooling so that physical activities can be selected on the basis of needs, interests and abilities of the individual students and the educational implications of the school.
Integration, an indispensable element of wholesome personality.
Personality disturbances of all types, physical, social and mental, are intimately related to and fostered by the basic inconsistencies and conflicts built into the personality structure of the student by the chaotic educational and activity influences they face inside and outside the playground.
Inconsistency and conflicts are the vulnerable points of the personality and easily give way under pressure.
Division and strife in the personality structure represent the potent sources of internal tension and generate psychological pressures.
The important thing is that these inconsistencies and conflicts are dynamic forces and structural flaws of the personality and result in personality maladjustments that are responsible for emotional and mental disturbances of the player and the team.
These inconsistencies and conflicts and standards of evaluating a game, forming a team and rules of the game are the main reasons for exchanges of an unsavory nature on the field. A sound program of PE and consistent nature of wholesome personalities is possible only under the authority and guidance of a well-defined and accepted social philosophy of physical education.
As Ben says, the establishment of a common perception of the purposes and principles concerning the public welfare is, of necessity, the central pedagogical problem of our time.
PE should teach children principles of human wellness.
This necessitates cooperation with classroom teachers and an understanding of the overall school curriculum. The concept of human wellness is broader than the concept of good health and relates to developing a total lifestyle that promotes well-being. PE offers many benefits. Development of motor skills needed for enjoyable participation in physical activities. Promotion of physical fitness. Increased energy expenditure. And promotion of positive attitudes toward an active lifestyle. Evidence also exists that PE may enhance academic performance, self-concept, and mental health. Allensworth, Lawson.
Who is physically educated person?
Demonstrates competency in the motor skills and movement patterns needed to perform a variety of physical activities. Demonstrates understanding of movement concepts, principles, strategies and tactics as they apply to the learning and performance of physical activities. Participates regularly in physical activity. Achieves and maintains a health-enhancing level of physical fitness. Exhibits responsible personal and social behavior that respects self and others within physical activity settings. Values physical activity for health, enjoyment, challenge, self-expression, and/or social interaction.